So like I work in a video game place now because I build arcade machines, and there was a bunch of big video game news recently because of the IGN awards and all that stuff.
Oh, the Game Awards, yeah.
Yeah. And one of them was that they announced a new Jurassic Park survival horror game. And I think that sounds really cool.
Oh, I didn't watch the Game Awards, so I didn't hear about that. That sounds badass.
I've just been seeing news about it. And
that sounds awesome.
I talked to one of my coworkers, and he's works there, so he's the biggest nerd ever.
Yeah, video games.
I'm like, oh, they're making a new Jurassic Park game. It's survival horror. He just goes, I don't care. I'm like...
He just goes, I don't care.
Yeah, he says that often, and I don't take offense to it because I know the kind of guy he is.
Care.
I'm like, what, you don't like the movie? He's like, no, they're dinosaurs. I'm not a child. And I go,
oh my God.
And I go, you love big robots so fucking much.
Yeah. So what's the difference between a living animal?
Because he loves...
like Transformers and stuff?
All big robots. Anything that's a mech suit, he is all about
so
that.
he's into like
He
mech.
literally sent me drawings the other night of mech suits that he did. I have to be like, that's great, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Good
like,
for you.
Like, he's a good artist too, but I think it's so funny.
But
just where
when
he
it comes
draws
to
the
dinosaurs,
line,
I don't.
fuck that. Yeah.
Shut up. Give me another mech game. Mech games are. Have you ever played a mech game?
Yeah. No.
They're very specific.
He invited me over to his place just to play a mech game, and I
it's
watched
hard.
him play it for like 2 hours, and that's it.
It's hard as fuck because like the controls are very just.
Yeah, it was like Armor Wars or something. I don't know. There's like
Armored Core, maybe.
Maybe that sounds right.
That's a big series that I don't know much about.
No, he knows everything.
It just
about
makes me every time I think of mech games, I just think of you in the arcade cabinet.
Oh sure, yeah.
Because that's how they
machine,
play,
yeah.
and then they just boom, boom, boom. Like I get they're kind of big and badass,
But also,
so is Jurassic Park.
But when you're playing a video game, they're not big because the screen, they're the size of a like
Of a normal-
if you're playing
they just zoom out further.
yeah, if you're playing a game where you're just a person, it's the exact same size.
If you were to pause the screen and draw Sharpie, it's the same size.
Instead of a building, or like instead of a rock, it's a building. Like there's no difference.
I just like how he goes. I don't care.
He does that so. God, I wish I remember other times he just told me he didn't care about something I'm talking about. And it's not mean, or it's not meant to be mean at all. It's just
that's just how he is.
Yeah.
Dude. At least it's cool that you're bonding with your coworkers.
yeah, they're interesting,
And
dudes.
it's cool, it's cool that you're still enjoying your job.
Yes, very much so, because I'm kind of able to do stuff on
You've
my
been
own
there
a little bit
for
now.
about 2.5 months now.
Yep.
So yeah, now you're like, because you sent me a photo the other day, and you're like, I built this machine from scratch. Or,
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a Galaga machine, which
Which
was
is
fun.
insane.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you are that machine. And I don't know if you caught that joke.
No, I got that joke. Yeah, no, I built everything, but we didn't have a control panel for it.
That's so cool. Like,
Yeah, I'm
so
doing
like,
all the wiring, like all that shit.
God,
Yeah,
you're becoming smart.
it's about something that is so outdated.
So outdated, but so important because if other barcades around, like everybody needs arcade techs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Because the barcades are becoming it's a booming industry.
Because my coworker, he used to be Dave and Buster's,
Oh,
which I bet
that's more modern.
I bet
though.
that sucks. Or it's super easy because it's probably just like an HDMI.
Yeah,
Or
true.
I'm running,
But also they do a lot of like, hit it on the number and all that kind
Yeah.
of dumb games.
but I bet that's not a bunch of shit.
No, it's probably very simple. I feel like the old stuff is a lot harder to do.
There's so many wires, like in a JAMA harness, which that's just
What the hell is that?
can't,
You
it's
lost
Japanese
me at JAMA.
something. It's I can't remember what all the words or all the letters stand for, but it's basically all the wires besides like power supply.
Okay, yeah.
It connects straight to like the board.
Okay, yeah, I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah. JAMA.
It's weird knowing something niche now.
I mean, you always were that guy that was like, let me tell you about something that you have no idea what I'm talking about. And now you still are that guy.
But at work, I am not that guy. They know.
Is that weird for you?
Like,
Because you are the guy for everybody. That
For a lot of, like, if you're talking comic books, if you're talking
you
about
just
weird
know
movies, I know
something.
so much. But my coworker knows everything. Like,
he's also older.
but he knows every single thing about comics. It's insane.
So you're like, I have nothing to add. I'm no value.
So, but like, it was nice when I first started because I could just be like, ask a vague question about Star Wars, and then he would talk for 2 hours. So, and I could just listen, and I didn't have to do work. Because then he'd be like, let me show you. Like, he'd pull it up on the TV, and we'd all just sit there and watch while he explained shit.
Let's watch this video about why Jar Jar is actually a Sith.
Yeah.
Have you heard that rumor?
Well, it's not that he's a Sith. I think Palpatine used like Jedi mind control on him to skew the vote.
Oh, okay. Because I've heard like the conspiracy theory that he's
Because
a
Jar Jar
Sith.
Binks was the final vote to put Palpatine in absolute power, but no one knew that
Why
it
was he on the voting panel?
Because I think he's like a part of the. Well, he works with Amadea pretty close.
Yeah, but dude, there's a lot more people in charge that are his race. What are they? The Gungans or
Yeah,
whatever?
Gungans. Good job.
Gungans.
What planet are they from?
Naboo?
Yeah.
Oh, did
look
I
at
get it?
you.
You know how I know it? Lego Star Wars.
Sure. That's a good way to know a bunch of names.
It's also just bullshit made up words. What are you, a Gungan from Naboo?
Yeah.
Are you speaking German? I don't.
No, they speak like the Misa, whatever they do.
Star Wars is. I've only seen the first 6.
I mean, I like the 7th one.
It was
8
on.
and 9. I was not a fan.
I saw parts of it when I was at Thanksgiving a few weeks ago. It was on that, like my stepdad was watching it for some reason.
Was
and
he like standing behind a couch with his arms crossed, just looking at it?
No,
angrily?
like he put it on.
Oh.
And we were playing games, so I just saw like BB-8 running around.
Sure.
And like, and then I saw old
Harrison Ford,
no, the other guy.
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
I saw old Luke, and it's like, and then I saw Kylo Ren, and I was like, I don't. It's also frustrating to me because like I don't care about it.
Right.
But they're still using the same sound effects and music and everything,
And
I'm
like you think you care about that? It's
so it's like a weird nostalgia pull because I like the music, but then I'm like, I don't care.
The wild thing about Star Wars is like over half the movies are bad.
Yeah. Well, and then
Because 4, 5, 6 are great.
and then there's so many TV shows.
Yeah, 1 and 2 are bad. Like 1's got some cool
2
parts.
is fine.
No, 2 is the worst.
No, 2's better than 1. 2's
No.
better than Phantom Menace.
1 has Darth Maul.
Oh,
It has
okay.
Duel of the
and it also
Fates.
has the pod racer.
That's why it's bad. People don't like that.
I like the pod racing. That's why it's Jar Jar.
Yeah, that's also bad. And then because
dude,
3 is great.
1 came out at the perfect time for us.
Yeah, but it was bad.
Yeah, but as a child, you loved it.
Until you learned about metachlorians and you're like, this is so fucking
I
stupid.
still don't know what you just said. What does that mean?
So for the prequel series, instead of the Force just being kind of like something that happens to some people, I guess, it is in your blood.
Oh, okay.
And you can measure how much Force is in your blood.
So some people are stronger than others with the Force?
Well, because they found Anakin, who later turns into Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah, and he kills a bunch of kids.
He does, yeah.
That's in the second one.
Nope.
That's in the third one.
There you go.
Third one is...
No, third one's the good one.
really... Because that's when they have the final duel.
Yes.
And he goes, don't make me do this to you, Anakin.
Yeah, he's like, I have the high ground.
And he cuts you.
And he goes, I hate you. Yeah.
I hate you.
But also Hayden Christensen is playing Darth Vader again, and people are pumped about that.
That's
He's doing a
pretty cool.
good fucking job.
Didn't James Earl Jones
Voice him, yeah.
voice him
and
originally?
and he still is,
Which
yeah.
is incredible. That's badass.
No, 'cause
that's
I've
also
s-
the Sandlot.
Because I've seen bits of Ahsoka and Obi-Wan just from going over to my coworker's house. He's like, hey, watch this. And we literally just sit there and watch a duel. I'm like, yeah, that was really good. I'm going to go home now.
Thanks for watching that lightsaber battle.
Yeah. I do like him a lot, though. He's a good guy. He's just fucking goofy.
He's just, I mean,
and he
he's
doesn't know.
He's just a nerd.
And I don't think he gets it.
I mean, that's what he's always
Because
done.
one time I made a nerd joke around my boss, and he got really weird about it.
Like, what'd you say?
It was we were going to pick up an arcade from a guy. And he's like, yeah, I just know this guy's gonna talk about everything for a long time. I'm like, yeah. I was like, well, this is the culture. Like, we're in the nerd business, and nerds tend to want to show you everything. And then my boss was like, every time we drove past another person on the street, he goes, look at that nerd. I'm like, what? Like, I think he was like trying to
He's trying to be like, I'm not a nerd.
Yeah, I don't know if he was
Those are
trying to
nerds.
like punish me for using that word. He was like, so he started calling everybody that. I'm like, it's like, I'm not being insulting.
No, I'm a nerd too.
We build arcade machines and sell it to people who really like arcade machines.
It's a very
They're
niche.
fucking nerds.
Yeah, we're nerds and we love it.
Yeah, I went over to a guy's house the other day yesterday because we were dropping off an arcade cabinet he bought. He was trading with us for one he already had. And I would get into his house and I see a bunch of Creature of the Black Lagoon stuff.
Oh, that's really cool.
But I was wearing my Creature of the Black Lagoon sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah.
So he talked to me about that for 20 minutes while my coworkers were working.
That's awesome.
And he was like, yeah, it's my daughter's favorite movie. And then a 3-year-old comes down and he calls her over so she can talk to me about it.
It's a 3-year-old's favorite movie. That's awesome.
because there was
Did that
a-
make you so happy?
Yeah. And then he was like, hey, what's your favorite band? And she goes, Kiss. I was like, holy shit.
You're like, I love you.
I was like,
I
that's-
love this
Well,
3-year-old.
because I was like, that's exactly how my parents raised me. And he was like, what's your favorite song by them? And she goes, I was made for loving you. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Oh my god!
My coworker was like, don't say love gun.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but also it's wild. Like 20 years later, that kid's being raised the same way you were raised,
Right,
or
and-
25 years later.
And then like I was raised that way 20 years too late too.
Yeah, it's
Not
just,
to mention that the Universal monsters were what, the 50s
yeah,
and 60s?
you were way late. That's fucking badass. That's just so cool. Like,
But like it's so funny, these people that I can, well, also they're your people too.
Yeah.
Like that's your fan group as well.
Yeah. Just a bunch of people that have
really very specific
specific things, and it's like sometimes I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I'm just kind of normal, but I'm not. But I'm also a nerd, you know.
Yeah. How do you get like a weird complex when like really nerdy people who like know a lot about video games are fans of yours, and you're like, I like them.
Yeah, that's the weird part. And there are some people that watch the channel that listen to the podcast, but like I'm a very casual gamer. But I talk
You're just in it for the drinking.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. Like, no joke, like before we started the channel, I didn't game really at all.
No, because we weren't friends when you started the channel. I heard about him. Like, why?
Yeah, you're like, he's not a video gamer.
Let alone retro.
Yeah. But now I've learned and played and figured it out.
Is it weird? I know everything about it too.
Yeah, but everyone's like nostalgic for it. I'm like, I didn't play this till 4 years ago.
Yeah, no, it's literally our jobs now to learn about video games.
It's kind of,
it's fine.
It's kind of cool.
No, we are like, it is a treat.
It's kind of like the best.
Yeah.
You know what else is the best?
Moist Mondays.
This podcast. Thanks for freaking tuning in. This is another episode. We're getting in the middle of December Wamby. Is that what they call it?
That's what you called it.
December Wamby. Let's get into some Uxe Sax, and then we'll talk about some more stuff, probably nerd related. So speaking of nerddom and nerd culture, you always say I'm autistic.
Have you taken a test?
No. So last week, after we got done recording the podcast, I got home. It's late on a Monday night, and I went online. I took an autism test.
Did you actually?
Yeah. I took an autism test. It was 40 questions.
Jesus, I think if you sit through the entire thing, you're autistic.
It was 40 questions. It took me like over 30 minutes to do.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I don't know how to answer this. And then sometimes based on my answers, they would add more questions. So it was like really diving into it. And I was like, should I do this? Should I not? But I was like, I'm kind of curious. So I took this autism test.
Yeah.
Don't remember what it was. It was the first thing that popped up.
Sure.
I get done with it, and I'm like kind of exhausted by taking a test that I spent way too much time on.
Yeah.
And then it goes, to get your results, pay $40.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was $39.99 to get your results.
God damn.
And I was
That's
like,
so mean.
And I was like, I'm not that autistic. I'm not gonna buy it. But like, I spent so much fucking time. Like, I entered my email, and I was like, and then like, email me the results, and then it just took me a link to buy it. And I was like, I'm not. So then I was just discouraged, and I was like, it doesn't. I don't need to know.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks.
You're at least on a spectrum.
I know the fact that I'm taking a test means, and the fact that I spent 35 minutes.
Yeah, the first step is acceptance. Yeah.
I mean, I tell people that I am, but sometimes people are like, you're not. And I'm like, I'm definitely something. I'm something.
It's in your humor more so. And like, it's not a bad. It's just like.
Also, I'm just not good sociably.
Yeah, because for me, it's your word association that does it, which is one of my favorite things about you.
Yeah, dude. Because
I'm so glad you were vaccinated as a child.
Oh, COVID, baby, pop that shit in, dude. But I forgot that I did that because I did want to, like, when I got the results, I wanted to like tell you on the podcast.
Yeah.
But then the fact that they cock blocked me,
sure,
made me. I'm not paying $40. I'm unemployed.
Yeah.
Like,
because if I was to answer,
the results aren't worth that much.
If I took a quiz honestly, it might tell me I'm something too.
Yeah, probably because dude, a lot of it was like, how do you react in this situation, or do you? There was a couple questions about trains, like no joke, there was, and I was like, I'm not that like.
That's so funny.
I'm not on that train.
It'd be funny if they showed you a picture of a train and the question was, "Did you just say hell yeah?"
There was a guy in my
train. The love of trains is interesting because I don't get it. I mean, they're cool, like the way like that.
The
it's
locomotive,
so like the spinning of it, and like the idea that it started with steam,
industrial revolution.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Same
with like the dinosaur.
My
talks.
cousin was obsessed with Thomas for a long time. And I think that's where the train autism starts.
Sure.
And then there was a guy in one of my classes this semester that like most of his projects were train related.
That's so cute.
So like he did a sound project where he had to dub the sound, and it was a train taking off. And then like for like visual effects, he did a Thomas the Train thing. Like it just all of his stuff was train stuff, and I'm like, oh, you're on the spectrum.
Because what is the best autistic like obsessive? Because like
trains has got it.
well, dinosaurs is
Or
up there
space.
too.
I think that's maybe like a more kids thing.
Yeah, because I don't see. Because have you ever seen Love on the Spectrum?
No, is it a reality show?
Yes, it's that.
I don't watch
it's
that garbage.
It's really autistic people dating, and it's amazing.
So it's two autistic people talk?
Yeah.
My problem is I'm autistic talking to non-autistic people, and they
But
don't
like-
get it. You get it.
But they'll take them to the zoo, and it is educational. It is great.
Because they're dropping facts.
Yeah, because they know so much shit about very specific things, and things that they don't. They're like, fuck that.
He goes, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah, they do say that.
Did you ever watch the show Parenthood?
No. I remember I would come home to you watching it and you would just be crying.
I'd just be bawling.
Yeah.
Every episode makes me cry.
I was like, stop doing this.
It's a fantastic show, but one of the families in Parenthood, I think the kid is very autistic.
Sure.
And so it's very, it was very interesting to see the journey he went through and how they dealt with it, because
Sure.
it's like you got to get the right babysitter and you got to get.
Yeah, that is interesting because I know you had a guy in your band had a like nonverbal child.
Oh, yes.
And that like that's got to be hard, but also like because I remember there was this book, I can't remember what it was called, but it's basically or it was theorized that autism is kind of the next step in evolution. Because if you got a group of like autistic people, like, and also I'm sorry, I don't know like the different kinds of it, but like the idea of that they lock onto a very specific thing that they enjoy. If you ran a society with that, where every person had the job that they were obsessed with, that they were happy about that
amazing
forever, that is the next, like, the idea of like
that's a great thing
civilization built off of that idea of like get rid of all the bullshit stuff that nobody enjoys.
Well, it's also kind of,
yeah.
it also is, I feel like kind of like the next step to like aliens, because they're so smart.
Sure, yeah.
You know, so it's like you're fixated on something so much that like
you have expertise.
You have expertise in this area, and you're like, I don't care about talking to people. I don't care about going to
fuck that.
parties. I'm just like, let's talk about
Let's get the
this.
trains on time.
Yeah. And that's the dedication.
Yeah.
There was a guy that I knew. It was like a family friend of ours that he had a child that was autistic, and like so he would always walk around with like a DVD player, and he was obsessed with like watching movies.
Sure.
So at parties he would just be in the corner watching movies on a DVD player.
But also, they're happy.
Yeah,
they are fucking thriving.
But then when the DVD player dies,
No.
it's a massive freak out.
No,
So it's like that. So
get,
there are
get the kid an iPad. Yeah,
there are very big. I mean, this was back when I was a kid.
Oh,
and I was
sure, yeah.
You know, so DVD players were.
But there's
massive.
that comedian in Des Moines, and he's so fucking funny.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking
The
about.
one who draws everything.
Oh, dude,
he brings up a bulletin board.
He brings up a bulletin board, and he is so funny, dude. I forget what his name is.
But the thing is, a lot of people don't laugh. But and also like the jokes aren't obvious. But he presents himself as a comedian, and what he says is so fucking funny.
It's so smart, and the fact that he's kind of stepping out of his comfort zone, doing it on stage is.
No,
every time he gets on stage, I'm like, "This is." I love this
because I am laughing so hard, and a lot of the audience is not.
And also, I'm a little bit autistic, so I get it.
Yeah,
like I get
because
like
a lot of it is he was like, "This is how this person views me." And you're like,
it's
"God
a
damn."
drawing.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny,
and it's a good fucking drawing.
Yeah, like he spent so much time doing that.
But also, maybe you just can fucking do that.
Yeah, true. Maybe he's just like, I do these all the time.
Yeah,
let me just use this one for a
but
joke.
like he has like a big like. One of those giant pieces of paper that you had
on
like
an easel, and you flip it over. It's what a lot of people use when it's like, okay, it's like it's like in Always Sunny when he does the dentist system,
right?
It's
yeah,
it's that type of paper. Yeah,
but like he's one of my favorite performers in Des Moines.
Yeah, dude, he doesn't perform very often, but dude, every time he signs up,
we went to an open mic night in a basement in a random house, and then he fucking showed up.
Are you? So he's going out of his way to just.
You were there.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, when we went to a basement.
Yeah, we were the only people that weren't performers
because we were just curious about it. Yeah, and he was there.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, dude, that was a while ago.
That was a weird night.
That was a weird night. It was really fun to like support local, but we were the only people that didn't perform.
And they like judged us for coming as fans.
And it was like, you invited.
You need this,
and you did. Yeah,
you need people here.
You made a Facebook.
Yeah, we just wandered into this house.
It was weird because we wandered in. Someone was like, "Are you here for the show?"
No, it was a guy at a dinner table, and I asked
by himself.
No, I asked like, "Hey, this is the show, right? And he's like, no, it's an orgy. I'm like, no, you have to tell me if it's a show or not, because I don't know.
We're walking into
we're in a house.
We're just in somebody's house, and then they're like, yeah, go in the basement. And it was like a normal. that was wild. But speaking of wild, can I tell you something that I did? This is we've talked about this before, but I pulled the trigger.
Okay.
This is breaking news. Breaking news.
Did you go to a further setting on your bidet?
Oh, no. No. I still, one is enough. One is enough. But I deleted TikTok.
Oh, shit.
And all of my food ordering apps. And I had all of them. I deleted Postmates.
Yeah.
I deleted Uber Eats.
God damn. I haven't even done that yet.
I deleted Grubhub. I deleted all the other ones.
I'm glad I only have...
I had 4 or 5 of them.
I'm glad I only have Uber Eats.
But I deleted them. And I deleted TikTok. And I deleted them last Tuesday.
And how hungry have you been since?
Hey, I went to the grocery store.
There you go.
But so I haven't had TikTok for almost a week now.
Okay. I haven't been using it much this week. I've been trying to cut back on it.
Dude, deleting it felt like because there were so many times I'd get home and I'd like sit on the couch like, oh, I'm home, and then open my phone.
Fucking 2 hours later.
But like once I deleted it, I still did that motion and opened up the folder, and I was like, oh, it's not there.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like it was like the habit, like I was like, it was like just this built-in habit that I had. And then so I was like, fuck. And then I got up and did stuff. Cause like it was like, I was like, okay. And now I'm like, I'm still falling. I used to fall asleep with it, like be on it for 2 hours.
Sure.
It's great, but also sucks, you know, because it's just like I should go to bed.
Because the weird thing about TikTok is if you look at it as purely entertainment, if you are measuring laughs per minute,
it's great.
It is beyond a lot of things. But
the way that it gets you hooked, like
the way
it fucks your brain up.
Yeah.
And it makes you so short attention span.
That's what's a bummer. And that's what I think.
And the fact that you go, don't like it.
Yep.
Just immediately.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Because that's...
dude, in the first second, don't like it.
Yeah.
Don't like the way you look. Don't like the way you sound. Don't like you don't even give anything a chance.
Because that's something Izzy and I have been talking about recently is like, because I like showing her because we more grew up with like television, but she grew up a lot with internet stuff.
Which is wild.
I guess you were more of a YouTube kid, but I wasn't a YouTube kid at all.
But also, I grew up still with, not internet for a while. Yeah.
But like where I'm showing her, like right now, we just finished, well, we didn't finish it, but we finished the 3rd season, which is basically finishing it, Arrested Development.
Fantastic show.
I think it might be the funniest show and one of the smartest shows.
It's one of the most geniusly written shows.
But the ability to sit down and watch it and enjoy it, because that's also a show you can study. You can watch every character in the background.
There's
doing
so much going on.
They're doing a joke.
And everything, everything's a joke.
Like that show is purely trying to make you laugh.
It's a serious show.
More kind of, yeah. It's weird watching like a show like Succession where it's the same plot but not funny.
And it's just serious.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I've never seen Succession. I've heard good things.
I've maybe finished the 1st season. If not, I'm near the end.
Because that has the brother of Home Alone, right?
Yes.
Okay. You got where I was going.
Kieran Culkin. Yes.
Yeah. He's pretty good. Macaulay's great.
No, but if you're talking about like pure acting skill, fucking he blows everybody out of the water. Because all the 3 Culkin brothers are all actors.
3 of them?
There might be more, but 3 of them are actors.
I know of Kieran.
You didn't until I said his fucking name.
Yeah, but I knew who he. I knew.
You also couldn't even name Macaulay, let alone Culkin. You said Home Alone brother.
Yeah, but it's because I knew you would know what I'm talking about.
But also, I don't even think Kieran's the brother in Home Alone because there's 2 Culkins in Home Alone.
Oh yeah, there is.
Because the cousin who drinks too much pop is a Culkin.
Oh yeah, he's not in it.
I don't know if that's Kieran or not. That might be the other one.
I think it might be the other one. Yeah, because he's a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Macaulay.
It might be Kieran, but I don't know. But yeah,
Macaulay's a little.
Do you know I saw Macaulay Culkin in concert once? At Riot Fest. He has a band called the Pizza Underground. This is when he was not doing well.
I heard about this band.
Yeah, he plays the kazoo, and they're famous for being booed off stage every time.
Because they suck?
It is a Velvet Underground cover band where they change all the lyrics to be about pizza.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is
Well, it's a great I don't give a shit. It's similar to Corey Feldman's band, but Corey Feldman gives so much shit.
No, I open up for Corey Feldman. Fucking wild, dude. He cares too much.
It is insane that you opened up for one of my icons.
Childhood hero. Don't be.
No, I fucking watched Gremlins today. And
Gremlins
I'm like,
is fantastic.
No.
But also, like, he's he's a psycho. He's
Yeah.
a psychopath.
Because you said no one could be on the patio because he was worried about being murdered.
Yeah, so like literally before he came on stage, there was a back bar that connects to where the buses park, and he kicked everybody out. It was a nice day. He kicked everybody out just so he could come in and get on stage because he wanted to do his warm up.
He's also
Do it in the fucking van.
He's also positive that one of his angels is a spy.
Yeah, and dude,
And
the
then-
angels looked rough as hell too at soundcheck. Like, dude, the transformation between soundcheck angels and angels on the stage.
But if we're talking Corey Feldman, you got fucking Gremlins.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th Part 4, the best Friday the 13th.
Okay. Yeah.
Goonies.
Goonies. Yeah. Great.
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys I haven't seen, but I have a copy.
You haven't seen Lost Boys? Yeah, I
Yeah,
gave
yeah,
you
you
a
gave me-
copy.
I haven't watched it
It
yet.
is in my top 5 favorite movies of all fucking time.
I'm nervous to watch it.
It's so good.
But like, is it spooky?
Yeah, it's spooky.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not scary, it's spooky.
Yeah, but I'm scared.
Yeah, I know. Spooky is scary to you, but it's
Yeah,
it's such a. I can't even. He has so many more movies.
I watched a few movies today that made me scared.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. You were excited to tell me about the movies you watched today.
But also before I get to that, that's a little teaser. I do got to tell you what led up to that.
Okay.
So, as of today,
Yes.
I'm freaking on break, baby.
Right. Yeah. You
I
finished.
finished my 3rd semester at school as of today.
That's insane.
It's fucking awesome. So, like, my last project was an editing project that I showed you the short film of.
And it's a horrible short film, but Robert edited it well. Can we talk about that short film for a second?
Yeah, it's fucking dude. So my final project for editing, he gave us footage of this 8 to 10 minute short film about like a carny that like tries to kind of rape a girl. Like it's like I don't want to drop the R word, but that's what it is.
Yeah, no,
it's very uncomfortable.
No, and
it
it's-
sucked.
And it's not even like they don't even beat around the bush. He threatens to rape her because he says you can rather be my cherry pie or my ball buster, but either way I'm gonna get my dessert.
Either way, I'm gonna. Yeah, it's fuck. And it's like, dude, that's the
And
movie you gave us to edit.
And it's a young girl in a like tank top, like crop top,
Yeah.
and short shorts.
like a skirt.
And she's just waiting for him in the beginning of the film. And then he grabs her and takes her and keeps taking her. And she is young and he is old. And yeah, you are in college at a community college. So there's 18-year-old
There's
girls.
18-year-old girls editing this film as their final project for editing, and it made me uncomfortable
It
as
made
a
me-
white man.
It made me uncomfortable watching it.
And I was like, I want to show you this because I feel like I did a pretty good job editing it.
Yes,
but I
it's
told
a-
you beforehand. I was like, I didn't write, shoot, or I just cut it together.
Because also, one of my issues with it is the fucking way they display carnies. Carnies are good fucking people.
Yeah.
Don't go with them and be alone with them if you don't know them, because I don't know about all of them, but a lot of the ones I worked with are some of the best people I've met. Because
But that's what the media does is
I'm a
it's
literal
easy.
fucking carney. I worked
Yeah.
at a
But that's what the media
I
does
worked
is they
at the
put it in the-
Sideshow by the seashore outside of a carnival in Coney
Sounds like
Island,
you're about to
USA.
do it. It sounds like you're about to do a tongue twister.
No, it's
Sideshow
called
by the seashore.
that's what it's called because it is a tongue twister. Yeah.
I like that.
Same with it because like in it is the freak bar and upstairs is the old museum and they have an arcade thing too.
You gotta take me there.
Yeah, I know. I also take Izzy there, but I don't want to take you both at the same time.
It's a different trip.
Yeah, because it's a different experience.
It's a different because
But-
we'll just get fucking hammered.
But both of which ends up at the Sideshow by the seashore, so you can see what literally created who I am now.
And then you could be like, "Can I get up there?"
Yeah.
Do you think if you went back to the, real quick side story?
Okay.
Do you think if you went back to Coney Island, you'd be able to perform?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Hmm?
Like be able to perform on the stage you fucking did it on.
Probably. Yeah. I didn't attempt to last time because also you can't fly with any Sideshow equipment.
Yeah, but
Which is frustrating. But yeah, I think if I let them know prior and also told them like, hey, I've been performing for the past like 3 years.
and you probably still would know some people. I would assume.
Last time I went, I knew some people.
That's so cool.
yeah, because fucking Jelly Boy was back and he's my favorite fucking performer. He
that's
is.
so cool.
Yeah,
dude.
I just realized him and I are Facebook friends because his name isn't Jelly Boy on Facebook, and I was so excited because he's he. I actually
What's
don't.
what's his thing?
Well, he's just an overall Sideshow performer. He's a clown. I want to steal some of his acts because they are the
okay.
most incredible. He, the first time I saw him, he swallowed a flamethrower and shot it out of his mouth. It was a sword attached to a flamethrower.
How did he swallow it?
It's a sword attached to a flamethrower, but
Oh, so
literally
he swallowed a sword with it.
but like the
Oh my-
flamethrower was small and it shot out of his fucking mouth.
Jesus
He also
Christ.
did one of those curved swords and you let it bounce back and forth on the way
See,
down.
that's something you've never done is sword swallow.
No, because I know how to train for it because my body's not ready for it, but it fucking sucks to train for it.
Yeah,
but
my friend Serena did,
Yes,
did
exactly,
the curved,
yeah.
Or she didn't do the curve, but she did sword swallowing.
Yes.
And it makes me so uncomfortable.
yes, because she believes, because it's not a documented thing, it was the first pregnant sword swallower.
Yeah.
Which
That's what's so
is
weird.
incredible.
That's what's so wild about Freakstow stuff is it's such a niche thing that it's not people aren't documenting it.
No,
you
nothing.
know, it's just
No, I have so many books
everything's
about it.
word of mouth.
I don't know if she's in my books or not, but a few people I know are. Like Insectivore is in it, and I worked with her
she's
for a
in
little bit.
freaking the Ripley's book.
Well, yeah, and she also has a comic book about her.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah, her and Enigma have a
Oh,
comic
that makes
book
it-
about
yeah,
them.
She's freaking wild.
Yeah, Jelly Boy. And then the second time I saw him, he did this incredible. He was a scientist, but he's also a clown. So, like, you know how I do Blockhead?
Yeah.
He punctures a clown nose first, and then hammers that nose into his.
I like that. That's
Into
kind of like
himself.
what you do with Rudolph.
Yeah, exactly.
little
but
bit,
like because I would love to do a clown performance, like get fully
Yeah,
painted.
And you just have a boner.
Yeah,
there.
I am rock hard
Yeah,
from the mirror beforehand.
You're
Yeah,
like I love this too much.
no, I would really love a clown persona. But so he had
I'm
a
curious what you would be like as a clown persona because you're very.
It's I gotta let go if I do that.
and you got to like what like.
I can't be Jacob the Freak
you'd
either.
have to
I
be
have to be
different-
someone new.
And I'd be curious to see what you do.
Because that I might, if I make a clown persona, I might pull up my original stage name I wanted, which is Augie Lee.
Augie Lee, I like that.
Short
Middle name, yeah.
Ugly.
Oh,
Yes, because
Okay.
my mom told me
But
that.
also your middle name's Lee, so
Yes,
it's like
so,
yeah.
so it came from my mom told me that their second choice for a boy's name was Augustus, and I am so mad they didn't go with that because I would absolutely be Augie Lee right now.
You still could be as your stage name.
Yeah, and I considered that, but I like Jacob the Freak a lot.
Yeah, that's great because it's also still you.
Yes.
Because then it's
And
like, oh, here's
also, I
my
like
friend Jacob performing as Augie Lee.
Right, yeah.
But that's what a lot of people do, though.
Yeah.
They pick something that's just cool. Augustus, that'd be wild if your name was Augustus. I don't know if that would
I would go by
fit,
Augie.
but I don't know if that would. I guess that might fit. I just know you. As
Augie
Jacob.
would fit for me, I think.
I just
And
know
it
he is.
always would have, yeah.
And then it's like, Augustus, come here.
Yeah, I wouldn't like
Augustus, time for your spanking.
that. Yeah, so maybe my clown persona can be Augie Lee, and then
I like that.
Ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. That's a great stage name.
yeah. But he had a Tesla coil on stage, and I want to try this so bad, but Tesla coils are so fucking hard to build.
Yeah. And
'Cause you got to wrap so much coil and shit.
It's electricity. It's
Yeah.
scary as fuck.
But he would arc electricity off of a blockhead nail.
so a nail in his nose.
Yes,
Yeah.
which I am able to hammer it's a shit. I cannot 20 penny nail. It's 20D is the size.
It's
But
a
either
big.
way,
It's a big nail.
It's like 4.5 inches,
Which is big.
Yeah, into your nostril. Yeah,
Which is big.
But he will arc electricity from a big ass Tesla coil into his
That's
face.
scary as fuck.
Yeah. No, he is.
That's so scary.
Him and Cuckoo the Bird Girl are my absolute favorite performers.
I know. Yeah. No.
I've talked about her
yeah,
a lot too.
yeah.
I adore her. I follow her Instagram. I don't think she's really active right now because last time I saw her was a one woman show in New York. Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's tough because it's like some of these people, it's what they do 100%.
Yeah.
And so like, what else? Like, what are the? And it's such a niche thing. Like, what do they do when they're not doing it?
Because also the issue,
Like, are they just like a checker at Walmart? Like,
well, because
they gotta
also
make
the
in-
big issue is some of the natural born.
and they live in New York.
So some of the natural born freaks, it comes with a lot of medical issues.
Yeah.
Because some like
They might be on disabilities, and
yeah, I would hope so. Because I know
I
like
would,
the
yeah.
koala, he is very disabled, but he's an incredible performer. He plays guitar, but he's like tiny. He's,
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, he also plays.
I like that he's called the koala.
Yeah, there's
So he
something
just
before.
embraced it, yeah.
Well, because he wears a koala mask, but he also plays like ukulele and he sings Muppet songs. It's fantastic. And same with like the not the illustrated seal what is it? Because there's two illustrated. One of them was on American Horror Story.
Oh, the first season or
It's
the
illustrated
season?
seal or illustrated penguin.
Okay.
I think the seal is who I worked with, and penguin's on American Horror Story. I know, because that disease is caused by it's a certain kind of medication that his mom took when she was pregnant.
Jesus.
I've seen some of the people with the same affliction here in Des Moines, and that's just what that means.
And it's just because of
a certain medication just stunted certain kinds of growth.
God, that's insane.
But I know that also affected like his like organs and shit. So like he had medical expenses. He had to GoFundMe through the Sideshow.
And also you're always probably dealing with shit.
Mm-hmm. No,
that's
but
scary as fuck.
That's why I'm so like I hate when people are like mad about freak shows, like modern freak shows, because it's not exploitation. They sign up for it. Like it's,
no, they fully embrace it.
Yeah,
it's not like
and also
it's not like the circus where it's like kind of they're slaving the animals.
Right, yeah, it's not that anymore.
No, it's
I think Zigazee is the only the Shriners are the only ones who use animals still.
Yeah, I did when I was a kid. I did like the Shriners.
I
loved it. I rode elephants. I grew up in Sioux City. It's a small town. Or kind of. It's a working man's town in Iowa.
If you're in Iowa, you know about Sioux City. If you're anywhere else, you probably don't.
But they used to have Shriner circus all the time, and I would go all the time. I want to bike, rode animals. Like I would go probably once a month. Like every time they would do it.
God damn.
I went like I've
only been to a circus
It's
once.
one of like my earliest memories of just being it. And like it was in like an arena, but it wasn't a lot of people. So like I remember like riding the elephant, you'd be in the arena seats and then you'd walk down to the floor. And
I don't know if I rode an elephant. I at least rode a camel once.
And as a kid, I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah, the animal part is a bummer though.
Yeah, it does suck.
It's kind of like when you see a cute dog that can walk on its hind legs, and then you realize, oh, it can only do that if it is beaten.
Because they beat it to do that.
Because they shouldn't do that.
You can't communicate that.
You can't lovingly make an animal do something they don't like, something that they shouldn't do. Yeah.
And then make it on Jimmy Fallon for doing that.
Yeah.
Like that's what he does, dude. Yeah. But going back to
where were we
today?
Oh wait, we were talking about your short film. Yeah,
yes.
my initial start of that is I fucking hate how they show carnies.
Well, dude, everybody I've shown this film to goes, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it's not the editing. The editing is good.
No, I think
what I did was good.
Yeah, you put everything in the right spot. It felt like a natural film.
Yeah,
it was just I hated every bit of it.
And that's the project my teacher gave. And I have him for editing too. And it's just like, dude, what?
Why would you think that's okay to make? Because the biggest thing is the 18-year-old girls who are taking editing one.
Well, just dude, I'm a 29-year-old man and I felt uncomfortable.
Me too. And I'm watching it.
So when I got the files to edit this film, it was he gives you the script and then he gives you the final version, like the real edit of the film.
Yeah.
So like usually we start off by watching it, and I was watching it and I was like, at first I was intrigued. I was like, oh, carnival, cool.
Yeah.
Cool voiceover, and then I was just like, "What the hell am I watching? Like, are the people seeing me watch this? Like, I didn't want to be caught watching this.
It was dirty.
It's just fucking gross.
You needed a shower.
It's uncomfortable, and it's just very rapey and very just like,
and like not even like rapey. It's literally he threatens to rape this woman.
Yeah, he just goes, "If you don't cooperate, I'll still get my dessert." Like that's the line in the fucking. It's. And as an editor, you know how much fucking footage I had to watch? Because he just gave me...
how many times you had to watch it to get the timing right?
Yeah, because I did a rough cut, and then I had to go through and clean it up, and then I had music, and then sound effects, and then... it was just like, dude, this is like...
You didn't do anything wrong, but whoever wrote that, anyone who signed on or auditioned for that...
Well, the fact that, dude, the behind-the-scenes stuff, they had a massive team.
Yeah,
they had extras, they were running
at least 40 people.
2 cameras, a writer, a director,
who the fuck
and
wrote
then also
that?
A massive set.
Because where I enjoy writing as well, I would never do it.
But the fact that people signed up to act in this.
I mean, you got to hope that they need work.
Well, it was kind of cool, like seeing the behind the scenes footage, because like when they were doing takes, like afterwards they'd be like, "Hey, are you okay?" Like the actors were like, "It's not like okay." They are acting.
I did do a short film where I murdered a woman, and I hated all of it.
It's uncomfortable, but that's, dude. I mean, any type of horror stuff, it's kind of rapey too, like 80s stuff, kind of rapey.
Well, because tits would be out, yeah.
And it's like that's imagine an editor, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then you put it out, and you're like, "Oh, this is fun," you know, like.
Or at least your film was not fun.
No, mine was not at all.
Like Friday the 13th is fun, and there's titties in it, and they get stabbed.
But still, like that's gotta be a weird day on set.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of modern movies, if they just need girls with their tits out in the background or whatever, they just hire porn stars. That's the easiest day, and they get residuals.
Yeah,
like,
because they're like, "Oh, I'm used to being naked."
Yeah, like they don't care. Because I heard not Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Like in the interview.
The interview, yeah.
There's just random scenes where girls have their tits out in the background or whatever. But he talked about it. He's like, yeah, we just hired porn stars because that is their best day on set.
Yeah, because
they're not getting fucked.
They're not getting fucked.
Yeah, they don't have to swallow dick.
They just got to be naked, which they're naked all the time.
Because I feel like if you're naked that often, you're not naked anymore.
No, you're just like, I love my body.
Yeah, and like good for them. But like,
I love my body.
Right. Where if we didn't
show you my tits. I was trying to do like a porn star voice. Did you like it?
It was something. Where if we were naked on camera, it'd be weird.
No, I'd go, ugh.
God, I was 99% naked in a film we did. That's
well, and also, like,
I had nothing but a bag on my dick. I was worried that our cameraman would see my asshole.
There's also it's also wild too. In movies, they'll use fake prosthetics,
dicks,
fake dicks. And there's a movie that I watched where they used a fake butt.
Oh,
like some guy had to pull his butt down and someone kissed it. It was a fake butt.
I would never be
like, I'm like, dude, if it's a butt,
my butt's funny.
Yeah, but like,
I literally have a tattoo on my ass.
They use fake dicks.
Fake dicks, I get. Because also, if you're nervous...
Because I just learned that in a Wolf of Wall Street, Jonah Hill, that's a fake dick. Yes, he's jerking off.
Jonah Hill would not pull his dick out. But
it's like, dude, pull your dick out.
If you watch Game Over Man, Adam Devine, that's his fucking dick.
See, Game Over Man, that's the butt scene I was talking about.
That's it. His asshole is in the film.
No,
Adam Devine.
But they pull a random guy.
Oh, when he has to eat his ass? Yeah. Use a fake butt for that.
And that guy?
Yeah.
They pulled up is a big podcaster.
That's Doughboy, right?
John Gabris.
Is that Doughboy?
No, it's close though.
Okay.
It's in the same universe.
Okay. Because he looks like...
He's the one that does Power Hours all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so I've heard him talk about like, he's like, yeah, I guess I'll show my butt. I'll freaking wax it. And then they just like, no, here's a fake butt.
Well, because the guy had to bury his face in it.
Yeah, because he had to eat it. Yeah,
yeah.
But they're all friends.
If we wrote a script where you have to eat my ass, I would prefer a fake butt.
But where do you get a fake butt at?
I don't know. They're
Where
Hollywood.
do you get a fake dick at? That looks good, decent.
Any porn or any...
Sex
adult
shop?
store, yeah.
Yeah, but
they got some realistic ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Because tell me, why do dildos have balls?
Yeah, that's true.
Is it just a stop? Like,
but it is wild, like when
point?
some actors, like I think Ben Affleck he's shown off his cock a few times
in like
and
a
he's
shadow.
Hung.
No, it's like it's not
Gone Girl. I think
Yeah, it's not direct, and
it's a side profile,
and it's hefty. Yeah,
you go. All right,
but also good for him.
Yeah, that's great. He definitely you got to fluff it.
But also,
how do you keep it fluffed when you're acting?
I don't.
And then with all the camera and crew and lights and set.
Yeah, because also, where do you like you're naked on the set? Like it's weird.
You just keep You're like, quit touching yourself, Ben.
Also, it's interesting when like people are because I watched a Terminator movie today, and when they teleport, they're naked.
Okay.
So it was a girl, and a girl teleported in the newest Terminator movie, which I think came out in like 2019 or whatever. We were talking about this before the podcast, yeah. But she's naked in it, but they don't show anything. But you still have to think on set, she's probably naked because
she's probably close to naked, but they maybe have like
a thong and pasties,
stickers, yeah.
But like, do you think? But like, also, if you're an actress and you're doing a scene, do you think you care that much about your nipples? If people are seeing all of like everything else,
dude. But if you see boobs and it's covered, you go okay. But then,
that's one thing, yeah.
But then when you see the nipples, you go, "That's hot.
That's a titty."
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's a
nipples do make the titty.
Nipples make the sexuality, which is insane because we see men's nipples all the time.
Right? No, that's like something I've talked about with Izzy before. Is the free the nipple thing?
Yeah,
where it is interesting, but also I'm going to sexualize titties. I'm sorry. I can't They're great.
Help it.
And also, like, I know as
like
her...
when it's popping through a shirt?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I like it.
But also, like, for her, she wants me to always find them sexual. Like, they're...
Yeah, of course.
Because they're attractive, yeah. Like,
yeah, of course.
But it's, like, weird, like, that they are useful.
Yeah.
They feed children.
And then, they do so much more, and then we're able to just expose ours.
Yeah.
Like, if I was shirtless right now, it would be...
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird
I would not feel fine, but...
But like I'm shirtless on stage.
You're shirtless a lot, yeah.
But also like my nipples are tattooed.
Your nipples are blacked out.
I don't know if a woman can do that and be topless.
I think
because they paint them and they're fine.
Yeah, they paint them and they're fine, but you can still. You're like you look for the nipple.
That's it. Yeah, I'm seeking it. I'm like RoboCop vision. Yeah,
like, found it.
And like I feel bad about that, but also I'm like I'm not gonna not find that attractive. It's because also I think that's DNA.
Yeah, I think it's we're men.
Yeah, because like even they say like the reason men like girls with big boobs is because they can like feed children better. Same with like
Also subconsciously
like,
or something.
Same with like good hips means that they can birth your
birthing
offspring
hips,
better. Yeah.
Which I do like chicks with
Yeah.
wide hips.
Well, yeah, because you like roller derby girl.
Roller
Yeah.
derby girls. Yeah, big thighs, baby. Sign me up.
Break my head. Like a girl who can squash a watermelon.
Yeah, squash my fucking dick. But going back to
Where were we? Please tell me.
So we were talking about my short film, but also tying that back to. So
You finished your semester.
I finished
yeah.
my semester. So I finished my third semester at school. We haven't talked about school in a while.
How'd you do?
This was a rough semester.
But you've said that, but also you've told me your lowest grade.
It's lower.
Oh.
Yeah. So
what happened?
Okay. So, but it's in a different class.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what happened. So
Okay.
the past two semesters I've been on the president's list, which it means all A's. Fucking amazing.
Fellow Americans.
But this semester I went through a lot of depression shit.
Sure.
I didn't go to class. I think maybe half I didn't go to
That's not
for
great.
all of my classes.
That's not great.
A lot of them, they post shit and I can do it at home.
Sure.
And I still got full points.
Yeah.
But some of them I'm like so lost and
Sure.
so I think I got an A in 3 of my 4 classes.
Okay.
Still pretty good for
Better than I ever did.
yeah, but still pretty good for missing half.
Yeah. That's very good.
I got a C
In what?
in sound
Oof.
because, I could have easily got an A.
Okay.
But I because I missed classes.
Yep.
I was kind of just confused and I was just going off what was online.
Yep.
I thought the final sound project was due because it's finals week. We're recording this for finals week. So
Yes.
school is technically, people are taking final tests
Yeah,
tomorrow.
a week later,
But I'm doing
they'll be on break. But this, as we are recording, it is finals week.
Yeah, but I'm doing finals projects and those are due, like they're due during finals week.
Yeah.
But you don't have to show up for finals week. Like, so
Right.
I'm done. So I
Yes.
did my final editing project, a color correction project, the game over thing.
Yes.
All this stuff. I did like special effects stuff. But for sound, I thought it was due, Thursday of finals week.
Yes.
I fucked up in my head and it was a presentation you had to do last Thursday.
Oh my God.
And I didn't go.
Right.
So I just got a 0
On your final.
on the final project. So I had a pretty high A.
If yeah.
I had a pretty high
If you
A.
only have a C for not showing up for the final,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had a pretty high, like I got 100% on most of everything.
Right.
And then because I didn't realize it was due, and then I just got the notification like final grade updated.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
That doesn't look good.
Because I was like, let me finish the editing project. I'll work on the sound thing.
Right.
Because I was like, it's due later.
How did you message the
No,
professor?
I just was like, I'll take it.
I mean, C's
Because-
get degrees.
But also,
Because also all you're missing out is the president's list,
yeah.
which you can't even get 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I guess not, because you only served twice.
Yeah.
But what's frustrating is, even if I wanted to message him, it's like I miss class so much he probably wouldn't. He'd be like,
yeah, why would he do anything
he'd
for you?
go, maybe just show
Fuck
up.
off, yeah.
He goes, you obviously don't care.
Right. Do you have him next semester?
I have him next semester. I have him next semester twice. So I'm taking sound 2
Yes.
next semester, and then he also is the teacher for producing and directing,
Ooh.
which is a class.
So you got to go in for that.
Producing and directing. That's going to be wild. So next semester is going to be fun. It's video production 2.
So you got to go.
This semester was rough because it was September was a rough month because my birthday.
Sure.
I wasn't taking medication. I was just being a piece of shit for most of the
A
semester.
real piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like, and I think I talked about it on the podcast. I was like, oh wow, I can not show up and still get on the president's list.
Yeah.
This semester is like, I need to show up.
Yeah.
So like my consequences are now hitting me in the face.
Good.
Yeah, which is what I need.
But it's what you deserve
Yeah,
too.
yeah, because
you
like I
did
don't
this-
deserve 3 A's.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, the work that I did is good.
Yeah.
Like editing, like the stuff, like the color correction, the motion graphics. She was like, "Hey, if you need a reference,"
Ooh.
she's like, "This is." She even said, like, I did a portal effect.
Yeah.
She goes, "Put this on your fucking reel," and she goes, "Tell people you made it from scratch
Sure.
because it's a very fast thing." But I did it. It's not like I used a template.
Right.
Like I built it from scratch, which is crazy in After Effects, but so now I'm like, God damn it.
You got to try again.
Yeah, I gotta. So now I'm motivated.
Yeah.
I got that hunger back.
Well, because also it's nice because it's not like you did. It's not like
I
you
didn't
don't.
do bad. I didn't.
Well, no,
fail.
you just didn't show up. Yeah.
As a piece.
It's
of
not like
shit.
you don't get it. It's
Yeah.
just you didn't do the work.
Yeah, and if I would have done the final sound project, I probably would have done pretty well on
Yeah,
it.
and you'd be El Presidente.
Yeah.
Well, now you have something to work towards.
So now I'm like, okay,
Get reelected.
I gotta show up.
4
I gotta
more
do
years.
it. I mean, I'm feeling December. I've been feeling pretty good. End of November, feeling pretty good.
Sure.
I just think I go through waves, dude.
I know.
But also, it's because I quit taking medication.
Yeah,
it's a lot of little things. I just quit.
And like, it's a bummer you need it, but like, fucking,
But I'm prescribed it.
Yeah, use it.
So
Yeah.
fucking, let's take it.
if you can be a better you, do it.
So today, it was due today at midnight.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't have it done coming into today.
Sure.
So I was like, I gotta finish it today.
Is this your editing?
Yeah, the editing short film. Because that's the last thing I had to do.
Rapey carnies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the sound project was null.
Right. Yeah. Null and void.
But so I worked on it a ton this morning, and I got it done, and I got it done at like noon, and I was like, fuck yeah. And then I watched 2 movies.
Oh, right. That's what this all started with. Yeah. Right.
And then I watched 2 movies that I've never seen before.
All right. Hit me with that
and
first
it's
one.
a first and sequel.
Okay. What's the first?
You'll know if I tell you the first one. You'll know.
I'll know the sequel.
You'll
Yeah.
know all of them. It's a Disney movie. It's
Frozen?
Frozen.
Aren't they good?
I watched Frozen 1 and 2 today.
Isn't it wild that they are so fucking good?
They're good.
Frozen
They're good.
1 I think is better, but Frozen 2 has some pretty fucking
Now,
good
before
songs.
you get ahead of yourself in the comments being like, oh, you watched Frozen?
No.
I was at a girl's house.
Oh.
There it is.
Was it one of your siblings?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. There's a girl that I've been talking to.
Yeah? Is this the one I know about?
Yeah, the one that went on the coffee table.
The one you're excited about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We watched Frozen 1 and 2 together?
Yeah, so I went over because she was like, hey, you mentioned you need body doubling to get you motivated.
Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely I do. And she's like, come over and work on it. So I went over to her place at 9 o'clock with Starbucks.
AM?
In AM today. So I spent the entire day with her.
Oh.
Edited in the morning because she was like working from home.
Yeah.
Edited in the morning. Showed her the film. She hated it.
You were like, I didn't direct this.
Yeah.
I did not film this.
I was like, is the editing good?
Which, like, for me, like, I couldn't even tell if the editing was good, but it looked like how it should.
Flowed and,
yes.
and it didn't. There wasn't anything like jarring.
no,
you know.
besides how bad it was.
Because it sucked. And then we watched Frozen 1 and 2 in the afternoon.
Which one did you like better?
2 started off a little weird,
Sure.
but it turned out to be pretty good.
Like, the lore is fine in 2. Like, it's an interesting lore, but like Frozen 1, it's just a pretty perfect movie.
And also,
It's fun how 2 expands, though.
and the girl that I was talking to and the girl that I watched it with, she was saying that she likes the music in 2 better.
That's what I kind of think, too.
Okay, so this is my first time seeing both.
Yes.
And obviously I knew like Let's Build a Snowman, Let It Go. Like I knew this stuff from the first
thing
movie.
is, Let It Go is so fucking good.
But I think also like maybe people think the second one music is better because it wasn't as overplayed.
That's fair.
But for me, I'm seeing it seeing it back to back was great.
They're like,
And also, dude, Olaf, amazing.
yeah,
He's Josh Gad.
Yeah, I was thinking Zach Braff. Yeah,
Dude,
Josh
and
Gad.
also in the second one, you got what's his name?
The guy.
No, the son of Three's Company. John, you got so John Ritter, his son is in the second one.
Really?
Yeah,
What's
Josh Ritter, I think his name is.
Is he famous?
He's somewhat famous. You would probably recognize him, but
Sure.
he's the son of the guys from Three's Company.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love him.
Hmm.
As soon as he started talking, I was like, "Oh my god, is that him?"
Who's he in that?
He plays the guy that runs reindeer.
Wait,
Not the main guy.
Oh, okay.
The other guy that runs
I was saying,
reindeer.
the main guy's like the
No,
guy
the-
from Glee and Hamilton.
No, the guy from the forest that runs reindeer that's like becomes best friends with Kristoff.
Sure. Yeah, Christoph. That's his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. So, I mean, Frozen, pretty good.
No, like the idea that people like it's the same thing when people hated on One Direction. I'm like, no, they're pretty fun.
Oh, dude, what was that One Direction song we love?
Do
you know what I'm talking about?
Give
Dude,
me, but
yeah, that song was. And it
I
wasn't
want.
Yeah, I want was.
You could play that on piano, and I sang it. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's
song.
like first
I forgot
album.
about that song till we brought it up
Right now.
right now, and it's fantastic,
Yeah, it's,
dude.
I want, but now.
And that wasn't a hit.
No, because like, what makes you beautiful Sure, it's a dumb song, but also people just hated on them to hate on them.
Because
it's
it was just
like,
a super group. Yeah.
It's kind of like when people hate on Taylor Swift now. I'm like, I don't love her music, but she's so good.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a super fan, but I like her.
1989 is a pretty perfect album.
Reputation? Pretty good album.
Yeah.
Look What You Made Me Do. That's my favorite song.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what my favorite song is. I'd have to. Well, we talked about doing a whole Swift season of podcast.
Which we need to.
Yeah.
And we still will. Probably.
Eventually.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's not like we're going anywhere.
Right. Yeah, we're in this room. Yeah. But Frozen, I feel like people shit on it just. Also, because I worked in the movie theater when the first one came out, that was exhausting.
Oh, yeah, because it's a lot
Because literally grown women
children.
would come out. No, grown women would come out belting the songs.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's stuck in my head now.
But like, Let It Go's great. Cold Never Bothered Me Anyways. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Because also it's Idina Menzel and what's her fucking name?
And then the girl married to Dax Shepard.
Yeah, from Good Place.
Yeah.
What is her
Yeah.
fucking name? Kristen something?
Kristen Bell. Yeah,
Yes.
Kristen Bell.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she's great.
I wish I could remember who Kristoff was because he's the guy from Glee, Mindhunter. He's
Okay.
Knock at the
See,
Cabin.
I didn't recognize his voice.
He's very good.
But
He's
he's
Hamilton. He plays the king.
I've never seen Hamilton.
Hamilton's pretty
Well,
good.
this is my first time seeing Frozen, so
Sure. 'Cause
I'm
Hamilton's
I'm like 10 years behind
Right. Yeah.
culture.
All culture, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
So in a
Hamilton's-
few years, I'm gonna watch the show everyone watched during COVID.
What is that?
Tiger King.
I was a little late on Tiger King and then I watched it.
I never
It was
saw
pretty
it.
good.
No, I was like, I'm not into this.
Sure, that's fair.
I'm also kind of a hipster in that way, where I'm like, I don't
Fuck
want
off.
to.
You're not a hipster. You just don't know.
Well, I subconsciously was like, I don't want to watch this.
Sure.
I don't want to be that guy. Like, I want to be that. Like, my joke for the longest time was, I've never seen Frozen, and I even did it on the Power Hour. That Izzy freaked out, and she was
Really?
like, "Really?" And then my joke was, "Let it go." Like, that's a great joke.
It's
but
a
now,
joke.
but now I can't do that
Yeah.
joke anymore, and that's what frustrates me. Is I wanted to do that joke forever, but I could lie to people.
Because I had a moment like that and you changed it. Who's the lead actor in A Place Beyond the Pines?
Oh yeah,
The main guy in the first bit.
God damn it, he's my favorite.
He's also plays Ken.
and he's a nice guy.
What's his fucking name?
I feel like
it is insane. We don't know.
I feel like an idiot right now.
no, because it's not Jake Gyllenhaal. It's the
not
other
Channing
one.
Tatum.
Nope.
It's the other one.
Yep. What's his fucking name?
Ryan Gosling,
Yes.
baby.
So-
Dude, Ryan Gosling, my favorite actor
Until this year, I'd never seen a Ryan Gosling movie
ever.
ever.
What was the first one you saw? Was it the movie I gave
Place
you?
Beyond. It's the only movie I've seen.
You haven't seen any other?
No,
So you've never seen The Notebook?
I've seen bits of The Notebook, but not his bits.
You've never seen The Nice Guys?
No, I know I would like that.
It's a great buddy cop movie.
No, and I haven't seen Barbie yet. I
haven't seen Barbie either.
and I want to because I know it's incredible.
Well, the girl I'm talking to, we're planning on doing a Barbenheimer tonight.
Really?
Because she's never seen Oppenheimer.
Sure, and you've never seen
And
Barbie.
I've never seen Barbie.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm like, I think we start with Oppenheimer. And
Yeah.
end on a and she goes, we go end on a happy note, and she goes, it doesn't end on a super happy note. And I'm like, it's a lot happier than the atomic bomb.
Yeah, on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, it's happier.
Oppenheimer's heavy as hell.
Yeah. Well, because also if
And it
you're
leaves a taste, like afterwards you're like,
America kind of sucks. yeah.
and then you get in his head, dude. Oppenheimer's great. I watched it recently.
I need to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got the DVD.
Right.
It's
I might need to
fantastic.
borrow that and just have a bummer
Yeah,
night
but
here.
Ryan Gosling, dude, you got to see Nice Guys. It's fantastic.
No, and like it's not that I don't like Ryan Gosling. It's just that I've never seen his movies.
God, he's one of my favorites, dude. I love him, and also he does music.
yeah.
The Dead
no, I've
Man's-
never seen La La Land.
Dead Man's Bones. Oh, La La Land's great.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
That's wild.
It
to
was
me.
it like wasn't a thing I was doing. It was just a thing I've it just so happens.
So
I've-
you were trying to be a hipster.
no, it's just I've never seen his films because also I hate Blade Runner, so I never saw 2049.
Yeah, I watched the original and I didn't
hate
like
it. I hate it
it's,
so-
dude, it's so slow.
I think that is the most famous loved movie that I fucking hate.
and people like that's some people's favorites.
Yeah.
Like, and also it's like it's like a series now, or not a series, but like it's a franchise.
I mean, there's two of them.
Yeah, there's.
but also
that's it.
Well, because also there's the original and then the director's cut, which
yeah.
I think lead in different
It's a
ways
little-
because
yeah,
you don't know if
because
Harrison Ford's a whatever the word replicant.
A
or not.
replicant. Yeah, I think it ends differently.
No, because I watched that movie once and it was at a guy you were thinking about living with in Ames. And I remember
Where was I?
you were there. You were on a chair. I don't know if you fell asleep too, but this guy propped up his smelly feet on the like I had the recliner set and he borrowed my recliner like legs. And I remember his feet smelled so bad. And I feel like you passed out and then I was just watching a movie I fucking hate.
Is the original Blade Runner?
Yeah.
God, that sucks. I must have been like fucked up. Or
I think
something.
we both were, but I'm
But you
aware.
you stayed awake.
And I was just pissed.
I forgot that I was friends with that guy for a little bit. Yeah, I did. I was thinking about living in him. That guy showed me, no joke, for the first time. He showed me Donnie Darko. That's one of his favorite movies.
Which is weird because he seemed like a Donnie Darko kid. I've seen it once.
He showed it to me when I was
Jake Gyllenhaal.
He showed it to me when I was fucked up. So I don't count it as a viewing.
I think it's a good movie,
but it has a weird following.
Yeah.
Same with some. Yeah, it has a weird.
Like people are obsessed with that one. Yeah.
That movie's kind of. From what I remember,
I would like to rewatch
it's kind of
it.
gross. I feel like
It's grimy for sure.
Yeah. But I guess I do like grimy things. Fight Club's grimy,
Yeah.
and Fight Club's great.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while. Though.
Me neither.
That's
on my list of rewatches.
That's a fantastic.
Because I want to appreciate good movies I saw when I was young and didn't appreciate, like The Godfather. I haven't seen that since I was like 12, and I know it's a lot better than I thought it was.
And
when
I wonder,
was 12.
I wonder what it would be like to do Godfather 1, 2, and 3, right? Because there's 3 parts.
3 is supposed to be not great, but 1 and 2 are supposed to be some of the best movies ever.
Oh, they're like, dude, it'd be fun to do like the what is it, Criterion 100 or
Criterion Collection,
or not Criterion Collection, but there's like a list of like the 100 best movies ever made.
Sure.
And it'd be fun to like go and watch it. Some of
Work
them,
on it.
Some of them
would be real slow.
Well, and also like
I am no mood to watch Gone with the Wind again.
Gone with the Wind's up there, Casablanca's up there,
Titanic. That movie fucking sucks.
And it's like
it's so bad.
I get why some of these movies are on the list,
but we rewatched it recently. It was so fucking bad.
I get why they're revolutionary. It doesn't mean it's a good movie,
right?
That's my same argument with why people like Mario 64. Super Mario 64.
I know you hate 64.
It's a revolution.
It's a good game.
It's a revolutionary game.
It's fun.
But it does not belong in a fucking list of best Mario games. It does not belong there. Same with these movies. It's like, I get you revolutionize CGI or you revolutionize, like, this is the first movie that did color. Doesn't mean it was a good movie.
The first Avatar.
Wizard of Oz, that's good.
Yeah. But the first Avatar, I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's that type of it's gimmicky.
I remember I rewatched it in a hotel room with my friend. It was so bad.
I don't know what else is on the list, but I do think there's I think fucking the Rosebud movie's on there.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be the best movie ever.
I fucking hate that movie.
I've never seen it. What's it
I
called?
watched that in film school and high school.
Oh shit! Shut up. Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane. That movie is so. I get in the time you're like, oh wow,
revolutionary. That's how I feel about It's Such a Beautiful Life.
Yeah, but if it was
a bad movie,
but if it was a good movie, you could show a kid it now and they would like it. They don't. That movie is slow as fuck. I'm getting peeved.
That was something that I felt bad about. Is Izzy talked about how much she likes It's a Wonderful Life, and I explained to her why it's a bad movie. And I was doing.
I don't know that one.
I was doing it. I was like, oh, I'm a piece of shit right now.
But it is kind of fun to be like, no, I'm right. Like that's how I feel like when I'm saying this. Like they're bad. Casablanca sucks. Citizen Kane sucks.
Yeah, I didn't really like Casablanca either, and I have not seen Citizen Kane.
But there are good movies, I think, on that.
From that time, fucking Nosferatu, fan-fucking-tastic. Came out in 1922, I believe.
Oh, is
Singing
that on
in
the
the
list?
Rain, incredible.
Singing in the Rain is great. So what's the difference?
Yeah, no, like
it's
they could
it's
make a good movie.
It's a good movie. You don't have to do gimmicky shit.
It's not even gimmicky. It's just supposed to be good.
No, but that's
for the
time. That's why some movies are on the list.
Thing,
because it was like, the first one to introduce this.
But like, if you watch like the old Universal horrors, fucking Dracula, fucking incredible,
scary, dude.
Yeah, no, but their lighting design is immaculate. It is so fucking fascinating how they position shit and how they film shit.
And also,
their sound design is
they had to make sure everything was perfect when they set it.
And like they have one go because film is so fucking expensive.
That's also what's cool about the old stuff.
Not to mention that a live orchestra records all the shit.
Live orchestra, and then also it's basically like you're recording a play, but it's just one shot.
But you expert
this one shot, and you set up again, and it's basically a stage play because they do it on a sound stage.
Not to mention that like in like Creature of the Black Lagoon, there's some underwater shit.
How the hell did they do that back in the day?
I hope it's underwater. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if it's like weird like shit.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
A Creature of the Black Lagoon is a fun
I don't know
one.
much about the Universal monsters. But you're like, I nod and go, yeah, they're cool.
So original Dracula is maybe the best because of just the lighting. There's some incredible scenes
because of the shadow work.
Or lack thereof.
Okay.
Sometimes they shine a bright light. Like, it's so good. Nosferatu is also incredible.
Yeah.
Because that's an older one. Because that's not even a talkie.
And that's one that they kind of stole the rights of and renamed it. Yeah. Because I know there's a massive lore behind that.
Because original Frankenstein's great. Bride of Frankenstein, it's good, but it's also got some weird shit in it. And like, I don't love the original Mummy, but like Creature of the Black Lagoon's great. Invisible Man, there's some really fun shit they do in it. And like,
How do they do Invisible Man back in the day, like special effects
which
wise?
is weird wires.
And just made him look invisible? Or
Well, no, it's just wires. Something just moves. And it's like, oh, that's him. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like floating clothes or anything.
Maybe in the later ones. I know Invisible Woman has floating clothes.
Because every time you bring up Invisible Man, you know what I think of?
What? League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, dude, that's the best Invisible Man I've ever seen.
No. Apparently, I've never actually seen it. I'm mad I haven't. There is a more modern horror movie called The Invisible Man. I've heard it's pretty good.
But do they do the fact that he puts on paint and you see the other side of it?
Yeah.
How the fuck?
Where you see the back of his head painted.
How the fuck do you do that?
No, that's such a... Please watch League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's
Sean
so good.
Connery, dude.
That and Van Helsing were next generation that did not take off, and it's so fucking disappointing.
They should have.
Yeah.
Like going back to Universal Monsters.
Right.
What were you saying?
I wish I loved the Wolfman more than I did. The movie's just pretty boring, but like I literally have him tattooed on my wrist.
And every time you have like Universal shot glasses, and I always pick Wolfman because I'm like, oh, that's who I would.
Because that's what we did in Halloween. That's who I was Dracula and you were Wolfman.
Yeah, I dressed up as Wolfman. I've never even seen it.
I'd probably be fucking Frankenstein now that I'm bald, or Nosferatu.
I mean, you've always been a vampire,
right? Yeah, so I'd probably go Nosferatu. I would like to get it,
but since you like garlic.
It's fine, yeah. Since going,
okay, that's what a vampire would say. They go, it's fine.
Since going,
say you like it.
I like garlic.
Oh, okay.
Because since being bald, I would like to reinvent my Halloween to be more actually scary instead of being like trying to be sexy. Because
because you said
my vampire sexy was so cringe, but it worked.
It worked.
Yeah, because it was just a 3-button black shirt with blood from my mouth to my chest, and then
it was hot.
Black eye. It fucking worked.
But also, that's what you could look like. That's somebody looks like that every day, probably. There are people that do that.
But like nowadays, where
minus the blood.
So now I'm bald. I want a good Freddy Krueger outfit. I want a good nose for like
put on a fucking hat.
Like not sexy.
You could be Freddy Krueger easily.
No, that is so. I think we talked about this earlier in the podcast, like a year ago, where my dream role, but also I know everyone would hate me if I did it. If I could get any role in Hollywood, it would be Freddy Krueger.
I don't know why people would hate that.
Because nobody wants anybody but Robert Englund, including me. They made a more recent one, and it wasn't Robert Englund, and it was like the guy who played Freddy did a great fucking job. He played also Rorschach and Watchmen, if you've ever seen that.
Oh, dude, fantastic.
No,
Watchmen, incredible.
Yes. No, I've recently revisited that. It's so fucking good.
And also that was another early, like, how the fuck did you do these?
It is weird how good that movie is. You have to watch the extended cut though.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. But
it's so sad.
So the guy who played Rorschach was also Freddy. He did an incredible job, but even the movies, it's not bad, but I hate it because it's not Robert Englund.
And that's what sucks is you have this pressure, and so like when a new guy comes in,
Jason, anybody can be Jason
because it's a mask.
It's you're a big, but like
you're
Freddy,
just a body that moves.
Freddie talked, Freddie joked, Freddie had his mannerisms, and it's Robert Englund. Yeah,
and he goes, "You want to play Skin the Cat?"
Yeah. He even got like weirdly racist, and Freddy versus Jason was like, dark meat, because he wanted to murder a black woman.
I do like that.
No, Freddy versus Jason is so fucking good.
Freddy versus Jason is fantastic.
It is in the top 5 of both Jason movies and Freddy movies.
Dude, I haven't seen it in such a long time,
It's
but
so
we
good.
talk about it so much on the podcast.
Also, shout out to our earlier guest. I know it's the first movie Chase masturbated to.
Because of tits?
Yep, there's 2 tits in it. It's great.
Hell yeah.
They're good tits.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
Speaking of good tits, this has been the Moist Monday podcast.
Oh, you're going to close it up?
I don't know. What are we at time-wise?
We're sitting pretty.
What are we at?
Hour 8.
That's what I figured, yeah.
We're sitting pretty.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I like really am enjoying this conversation right now.
I felt like that was an end to it.
I mean, it is, but I like talking to you.
Yeah.
But luckily, we can talk off air.
Yeah, there you go.
I've had 2 glasses of whiskey.
And this has been the Moist Monday podcast. Please email us about anything and everything at moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on TikTok. Even though I deleted it, we'll still post to it.
I haven't yet.
You should.
Yeah, I know. But TikTok,
Moist Monday Podcast, Threads, Moist Monday Podcast.
That's wild.
That's it. That's all we got.
We have an Instagram.
Instagram, Moist Monday Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube.
and Spotify and give us 5 stars on that and Apple Podcasts, whatever.
Yeah, give us 5 stars on whatever podcast app you use.
No, because we are still at 5 stars on Spotify and it's fucking ridiculous. Please don't break
But
that
also,
because it's so fun.
we're at a point though where I feel like we're not growing. So maybe
recommend us to your friends.
Yeah, so maybe
and if you hate us, recommend us to your enemy.
maybe be a pal. Maybe be a
Maybe be a moist mutual.
maybe be a good little freaking poppy. And send this to your friends. Say, hey, you want a podcast that nobody knows about that you will enjoy?
that you can interact with us and we will interact back.
That's
Moist
a
Monday
lie.
podcast.
That's a lie.
We will acknowledge that we are
We
bad at interacting.
acknowledge it on the talking, but we don't acknowledge the comments.
I like them with my own YouTube page.
You like them, but you
Yeah.
don't acknowledge. You don't respond.
No.
But we saw Nathan's comment.
Yeah, give Nathan a friend in
Yeah,
the
Nathan
comments.
needs a
Comment
friend.
on our videos so he's not lonely.
Thanks for freaking listening, guys. I think next week it's Christmas.
It's our Christmas special,
I
a
think
very
next week-
moist Christmas.
and then also it's New Year's.
because I think at least Christmas falls on a Monday.
Yeah, and
which I think means New Year's does.
No, New Year's is a Sunday night. New Year's Day is a Monday.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll bring in the new year with you for a moist Monday.
and then our New Year's special will be probably a week after, because I'm guessing we'll go out on New Year's because I don't have any
that's
other
the plan
friends.
right now. Yeah, we're going to go to Izzy's bar.
and do what we did last year: talk Doctor Who.
Yeah. Check out something Ziggy. What is it called?
Ziggy Stardust.
No, it's fuck. I can't remember the name of
I
our last
don't-
New Year's special, but look it
It
up.
was something,
Yeah,
and it's been fun.
it's been moist.
It's been very moist.
Yeah.
This is like kind of the moistest I've felt in a while. I think, at least on the podcast.
yeah, and Izzy's making dinner in the other room, so it's gonna be a great night.
It's gonna be a fantastic
So
night.
keep it moist out there, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Bye, everyone, and also love you, dude.
I fucking love you too, dude.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
You know you're autistic, right?
You've told me that before.